please allow me to introduce myself. My name is David Bryant, President and CEO of BYRG Group International. If you are listening to me now, you are one of the early investors to discover our company and what we have to offer. I am convinced that the more you learn about us now, the more you will inevitably reach the same conclusions we have about the opportunity we see. We expect this window of opportunity to be brief. Please let me explain why. We developed our business strategy years ago by looking at the biggest trends out there in the market. When you focus in on these, you can easily start to see that the world is coming to an important economic turning point. Suddenly and unexpectedly, we find ourselves caught in economic crisis points with no place to turn and little sign of improvement. Bond yields and dividends are almost non-existent. Even hot tech companies such as Facebook have failed investors. We experience the pain of a stalled economy. Europe is in chaos, and China is now declining. Yet our governments and central banks are helpless. We are at the effect of runaway government spending, ballooning national debt, increasing taxes, and other threats we all know too well. Focusing on the biggest world trends out there, we know Earth's resources are limited, but our population is exploding exponentially. The UN expects the population to reach 9 billion by 2050. It is easy to realize that this massive imbalance in supply and demand will create more and more life and death competition for the limited and scarce resources available. Those who do not act now will lose and be stranded. Those gurus who understand investing have already decided to act decisively on this realization and are starting to become infected with a spreading fever for gold and other strategic metals. It has just been revealed that George Soros dumped financial stocks to double his position in gold. John Paulson has 44% of his $24 billion hedge fund in gold positions. Hedge fund geniuses David Einhorn and Kyle Bass are in gold. All of these billionaires are joining investment legends who have been buying gold for a long time, like Jim Rogers, Mark Faber, Jim Sinclair, and many others. Jim Cramer says that investors should be buying and holding gold. Even Warren Buffett is buying into scarce and strategic tungsten metal. The world-class investment minds have been joined by the world's central banks, which are buying gold at an unprecedented clip, buying over 455 tons in 2011, the largest increase since 1964. The Chinese government has been hoarding gold along with Chinese consumers. China is expected to buy 870 tons of gold this year. China is hoarding other strategic metals. As I speak, a mad stampede into these metals is suddenly appearing. In response to Ben Bernanke's speech, gold jumped to a 5-month high in dollars, within $100 from its 2012 peak, and only 2% from its all-time high in euros. Gold and platinum ETF holdings are at an all-time record high. We have just seen the biggest 2-week rise in platinum net longs on the NYMEX in history. With the increasing momentum, we can only imagine what will happen next. We believe that if we act now, we may have a chance to get ahead of the pack in what may well be the last great opportunity to buy and buy cheaply. To be sure, ours is not a strategy without risk. Rather, it is an aggressive strategy for those sophisticated investors who are seeking unlimited returns. There are few times in life where a clear profit opportunity can be found. We believe we have recognized our one chance to reap large profits, and if we act decisively, we can generate world-class returns.